Hello and welcome to another special edition of Sunday Night Baseball with the Platypi. Today they are visiting the Sharks at Vio's Stadium. And up 1, 2, 3 are Kitty Kaufman, Willie Bacon, and Carrie Cartman. In the top of the first, here comes Kitty up against Grease Veterano, who will fire in strike one. Popped up, foul territory, catcher under it, and he will make the grab. Junior Young Senior for out number one. Here's Willie Bacon and a notable transaction made by the Platypi. Rusty Nozzle has been released, and now Nutmeg fields at third, fires to first for out number two. Grease Veterano strike one, and Carrie Cartman will step up to the plate. The transaction for the Platypi, as that's up the middle, fielded by Turner on the dive, the throw to first, not in time. And now Muffin Sedgwick will come up with 2 outs and a runner on first, but the transaction was made to get rid of Rusty Nozzle, and they actually signed a new starting pitcher, as that's ball one outside. They signed a new starting pitcher, as that one's going to tip off the glove of the shortstop and trickle into left field. Now runners at first and second with 2 out as Sky Rodriguez strolls to the plate. They picked up a starting pitcher named Hudson Moyer, who was actually on the bump today. And first pitch to Sky, who is the DH in today's game. Strike one. Rusty just not having great success on the year, and as the controller disconnects in memory of Rusty, who's not dead, but isn't on the team anymore. There's ball two, and after that poor last start, finally was just the last straw. As there's strike two with the bases loaded. And what on earth is this prompt? And oh my goodness, cue runners to specific base on pitch. I think this is just stolen bases. Okay. I know how to steal bases. Now it's a line drive, but just foul. Would have probably scored both runs. Runners both go again. Liner! And the controller is in such despair from another foul ball that it will disconnect. Once again on the 3-2. And that's the other way, but fielded by Turner. Throw to first for out number 3. So Grease will get out some 2-out trouble. 2 hits, but no runs for the Platypi in the top half. And it's the Platypi nothing, and the Sharks are coming up. Here, Nutmeg will step into the up to the plate. A .515 batting average with a run knocked in, and here he is, Hudson Moyer. We wish Rusty Nozzle luck, and he'll get signed soon and find a good fit with a new team, as Kitty fields, fires, got her runner for out number 1. Slash Trips will come up to the plate. Hudson Moyer, he sports a 4-seam, 2-seam slider curve and a change as McStevens will field. Go to first, it's out number 2. Here's Johnny Baggs. He hits the low ball well. 244 average, 2 homers, and 9 knocked in on the year. Just 3 pitches so far for Hudson. And this is actually his first start of this season. And 2 straight balls here. So they'll hope for a good first game out of him, but don't expect this one to necessarily be his best game, as he's likely going to be needing to knock off some cobwebs, as that's hit up the middle, base hit. So with 2 outs, now it's the Sawteeth time. Sorry, I think I called them the Sharks earlier. They are the Sawteeth. That is my bad. And there's strike one, swinging over that good curve. Runner going. The throw. Safe at second base. Very close. The pitch was a strike, however. So it's 0-2. The pitch shattered his bat into smithereens. Sandbrick fields and steps on the bag for out number 3. So, despite a 2-out hit for the Sawteeth, nothing going for them either. We head to the top of the second. Still no score. as Scooter Sandbrick steps in here. And Grease Veterano, as he fires in strike one, a four-seam cutter, and as that's grounded up to Turner, he'll field out number one. Linda Hand will step in. Homer, 5 knocked in and 500 average. Well, as I was saying, Grease Veterano, a four-seamer, a cutter, a slider, as Linda checks her swing, but still a strike, a slider and a curve. Ball 2 down, so 2-2 now. Grease works quickly, as you can tell, and just couldn't get around on that pitch. Must have been looking for something else, because that was a curveball right there, right down the heart of the plate. And Tugboat Thomas will step up. Ball 1. He has now a 5.06 ERA, a 1.88 WHIP, and 6 Ks now on the season. And now 1-2 quickly. And that's gonna miss high. 2-2. And whacked foul. 2-2 count still. 3-2 just inside. Couldn't quite get it back over the plate. And now that's whacked foul. 3-2 once more. Pop straight back up to the catcher. And once again, Junior Young Senior will make the grab for out number 3. Still nothing going for the Platypi. 0-0. Here come once again the Sawteeth. My apologies. As hard grounder to Cartman, fielded on a slight charge, fires to first for out number 1. Up is Kathy Cul-de-sac. That's a fun name. Not only that, plays left field. Ball 1. Not having a great season thus far though. 185 batting average with 4 knocked in. At least she's getting the hits when they count. And that's going to be caught on a leaping try by Sandbrick for out number 2. And here's Junior Young Senior. First pitch from Hudson is a strike. Strike 2. Tugboat setting up outside. And it's going to catch the corner on a slider. Frozen for strike 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. For Hudson Moyer. And now Sawteeth still nothing going, still scoreless as we head into the top half of the 3rd inning. And Beefcake will step up to the plate. He's playing 3rd today. 267 average coming into things with 5 knocked in, hitting 9th today. And that's whacked foul. Liner, low liner, but foul. Down the 3rd baseline. And now Nutmeg's going to field it at 3rd. The throw to first is in time to Junior Young Jr. I tried a father-son combo on this team as Kitty will step in again, pop up in her first at-bat. And now that's hit weakly to second. Turner will field it. Junior Young Jr. will take it at first for out number 2. And yes, like I was saying, father-son duo here. Catcher is the father and first base is the son. And an interesting name that they both have, and it's just great. That's strike 2. 1-2 to Bacon. Up the middle, base hit. So some 2-out magic perhaps. Hopefully anyways, as Bacon reaches. And now here's Kerry Cartman, who he singled with 2 outs in his last at-bat. And he'll take ball 1 low. And now that one's too high. 2-0. And now that's line to center, but we're almost right at slash trips out there. So that'll end the inning. Despite the 2-out hit, nothing doing for the Platypi. It's still scoreless. Here's DP Turner. A pretty nice name for him, considering he's a middle infielder. DP, of course, standing for double play. There's strike 2. Doesn't blow you away as that's fouled. Hudson Moyer's not going to be the guy who blows you away with velocity or anything, as Cartman will field that to his left, and it's in time for out number 1. Junior Young Jr. up to the plate. He's batting just 130 on the year with 2 homers and 6 knocked in. Yeah, but he's going to locate and have some good control with his stuff, as that's out number 2. And that's up the middle for a 2-out hit. And my goodness, I believe every single hit so far, let's see, take a look at the box score. All 5 hits now for both teams have all been with 2 outs. Can't get anything going without 2 outs, but this one's going to be popped up for Muffin in left field. Not too far from the chalk. We'll make the grab, and we're through 3 now. Still scoreless. It's becoming evident this is a pitching duel as there's strike 1 on the corner. Muffin will step up to the plate, and may have had a beat on that one, but the controller disconnects to keep it a pitching duel. My goodness, but there's a ball. It ends up being a ball, and there's ball 2, 2-1. And the controller seems to want it to be a pitching duel as it hinders the batter even more. And that's up the middle and off the glove of the diving shortstop Ronero. And there's the first hit of the day that hasn't been with 2 outs for either team. And Sky Rodriguez will step in, and that's pickoff attempt to first is not in time. Sky Rodriguez, 2 homers in her last game. That's hit hard up the middle, base hit. They'll play it station to station as Muffin stays at second. Now Scooter's up. And we'll see the controller is not liking that the pitcher's duel is being broken. And Scooter's going to take a cookie right down the middle for strike 1. And inside, ball 1. Showing bunt now, and he's going to get it down. And the throw to first is in time, but a great sacrifice there that'll bring up Linda Hand with 1 out and runners both in scoring position. And there's ball 1 well outside. And inside, whacked foul. Up the middle. No, sorry, to the second baseman. And that's fielded. It was down the middle. And I had a funky hop there. That gave Turner over there at second a nice Sunday hop. And now that's up the middle. And the second run is going to score. It's 2-0 Platypi. After 3 innings in the books with no runs scored, now we got 2 from the Platypi here in the top half of the 4th inning. Now that's popped up. Junior Young Senior is going to be under it, and there's out number 3. So finally we get some runs here as the Platypi draw first blood in the top of the 4th. It's now 2-0 Platypi. Johnny backs up, and that's up the middle, and Cartman will knock it down, but it kicks off his glove. It will be an infield hit. Now here's John Romero again. And he's going to ground one to Kitty at second. And she is going to try to tag the runner at going to second, but she'll miss and just fire it to first. They'll manage to get 1 out, but now runner at second with 1 out. And strike 1. Couldn't pull the trigger on the first pitch two-seamer. Now that's whacked. Third base side, runner won't be able to advance. The throw from Cartman is right on the money for out number 2. Or right in time, I should say, as it was a force play. And now with 2 outs, strike 1 to Kathy Cul-de-sac. Like I said, low average, but runner going, strike 2, the throw, and oh my goodness! It looked like the throw beat the runner by a mile, but at any rate now it's 0-2 on Cul-de-sac. The pitch won't go down to swing at that one. Ball 1. Setting up inside now. Ball 2. The pitch whacked down the line. That's a fair ball. 1 run's going to come in to score. The lead will be cut in half. Muffin will fire it into third. And it's now 2-1. And my goodness. Could have been avoided if Kitty had just thrown it to second. But she didn't. So now you have to look past that. It's 2-1 at least. And hit very hard to Muffin in left. And the controller is very angry now as it's no longer a pitcher's duel. Back at 2-1, and runners at the corners, it looks like, for the moment, though the controller is having some difficulty connecting, and there it is. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the controller has let out all of its rage, I hope. With 2 outs, there's strike 1. Hudson just can't let another hit go through. Can't think about how could it be out of the inning right now, as he's going to walk the bases loaded. And now that may have been intentional, or at least an intentional pitch around, as Junior Young's Junior steps up to the plate, who has not been doing well, like we said. One and one. Looking for a big hit here with ducks on the pond. And 3-1 strike 2. And here comes a big pitch. Every runner going, and that's going to be to Cartman at short. If the controller will cooperate, he'll fire to first, and it's in time for out number 3. So, some more drama in the bottom of the 4th, but luckily for the Platypi, only 1 run scores. We're headed to the top of the 5th. Let's see if if Kitty here can get something started. She did prompt that run to score. That's ball 1 low. Hoping to redeem herself, as that's strike 2. Not very hard contact today, and there it is again from her. As she'll be thrown out at first and the ground ball to second, and there's out number 1. Here comes Willie Bacon. And he's going to line one down the right field line, but just foul for strike 1. Well inside. That's a belly-itching pitch right there. And now liner, but Cul-de-sac did not have to move much to make the grab for out number 2. Here's Kerry Cartman. 2 out, nobody on, and he will weakly ground one to Turner. On the first pitch, the controller is upset and decides to disconnect, but thankfully for only a short time this time. And now through 4.5, it's still 2-1 Platypi, and Moyer hoping for a much better shutdown inning this time than last. And there's strike 1. Strike 2. Going after him. And field it right off the bag and throw to first. Great play by Beefcake with the bare hand. There's out number 1. Ball 1. And now down the line, Beefcake picks it backhand, throws to first, got him for out number 2. Johnny Baggs steps up, he's 2 for 2. And he'll take strike 1 up in the zone. They finally learned, but that's down the middle, and whew, thankfully just missed that one. And weak pop 2. Oh my goodness, to Kerry, who drops it at short. Oh, that is very unlike Kerry Cartman. And now first pitch. I'll get back up the middle. Cartman will field it, but had no play at first, and will just hold on to make sure the runner does not advance to third. Now some more 2-out trouble. And oh, strike 1. And oh, that's through for a base hit. Runner is coming home. The throw from Muffin is, oh, on the money. But unfortunately, Tugboat Thomas drops it, and I mean, this is just unfortunate, as Cul-de-sac will come out of the game. Very unfortunate, because, I mean, Hudson had a 1-2-3 inning right there. And then this, oh my word, Cartman lets it go straight through him. And that'll let 2 runs score. It's a double. And my goodness, that's what you get with an error. Well, and that was an error too. I don't know that he'll get charged with it. So there's ball 1. Strike 1 on the outside corner. I mean, you cannot hold this against Hudson, as that's a grounder to first for out number 3. So 3-run score off of thanks to an error. And it's now the Sawteeth 4 in the Platypi 2. Muffin will step up to the plate. And he'll take a look at ball 1. Ball 2, low and outside. And ball 3. So now things are a little interesting. And that's going to miss. He misses 4 straight to Muffin. So now we'll see only down by 2. Here in the 6th as Brick Towers will now step in. He's got a 4-seam slider and a curve, but his numbers on the year haven't been great so far, other than that strikeout counter. Because that's ball 2. The 2-0. Strike 1. And swung through that one. Strike 2. The 2-2 pitch. Up the middle. And off the glove of the shortstop for first, not in time. So an infield hit. Would have been a spectacular play, even just to get one on that one in. Now here's Sandbrick, who's squaring to bunt again. There's strike 1. And he'll... Oh, couldn't quite get it down. Strike 2. And oh, they tried the hit and run instead. And 1 run's going to come in to score. And Rodriguez will make it all the way to 3rd. It's now 3-4. With runners at the corner and nobody out. Here's Linda, infield in. Strike 1 on the corner. Ball 1 inside. And controller is trying to disrupt the moment here and add to the dramaticness. And oh, again. Don't know what side the controller's on. Obviously, the Sawteeth, and is very confusing. That's up the middle, fielded, and double play. Oh, caught on the fly by the pitcher, Brick Towers. And now with 2 outs, Tugboat Thomas steps in and will take strike 1, and that is demoralizing. Not as much as that, though. A pop-up straight up in the infield, and they're still trailing by 1 here. But they do get 1 back as it's now 3-4. Still Sawteeth are in the lead. And oh my, Hudson seems a bit confused out there as that's strike 1. And Kitty Kaufman with a nice little play there for out number 1. Junior Young Jr. will step up again. And there's strike 1 to him. Strike 2. Strike 3 looked at. Now, wasn't even on a corner. He just straight up couldn't pull the trigger. Frozen there. And now we'll bring up Kira Nutmeg. And see, that's strike 1. That's what happens. And oh, Kiri can't get to it in the air. And Muffin couldn't stop it from getting to the wall. So Willie will fire it in to prevent a triple. And now a 2-out double as Slash Strips comes in. And I was going to say that's what happens when you don't get poor defense behind you, but that's now 1-1, but still ends up doubling. And that's up the middle. Kitty will, oh, it's off her glove. And a run's gonna score. Can't chalk that one up to bad defense. That was just well located hit. And oh, now this one is going to get past Willie Bacon, who probably should have dove but didn't. And now it's going to be a triple, and that's going to be all from Hudson Moyers. Oh my word. Just a calamity of errors here. My word. And Hudson's going to come out of the ball game for Remington Sharp, who will look to get out of this inning without giving up that run on 3rd base. Not as bad of an outing as it looked out of Hudson Moyer. We knew, oh, as that's right back to the pitcher throw to first, got him for out number 3. Beefcake will lead things off after 2 runs scored here in the bottom of the 6th. But not as bad as an outing as it looks for Hudson Moyer. There's strike 1. Got some unfortunate defense behind him for most of that game. Really, just that last inning wasn't good. Just wasn't solid. But, I mean, this is his first game, and that was the 6th inning. So, it's kind of, I think, manager, as that's out number 1, just kind of threw him out there to see if he could get through it, and just couldn't quite make it, as there's 1 out. Even though he did get 2 outs, but he was tiring just a little bit, and that was just enough. Kitty hoping to redeem herself from that error earlier. There's out number 2. Well, mental error. And she couldn't, and there's 2 outs now for Beefcake, who's going to line one up the middle. Base hit. May have caused Brick Towers to poop in his pants there that was a quick comebacker. And now Libby Doe is going to come in for the Sawteeth, and she will fire in strike 1 at the knees too. And that one's popped up, and under it is the shortstop Ronero, and it's out number 3. So nothing going for the Platypi. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. Remington Sharp will get a first pitch ground out to himself, so both outs to himself. He actually has worked the least out of the pen, but has had to go in the last 2 games now, 3 in a row. And I would think that they're going to try to get as many innings out of him as Willie Bacon is going to try to make the grab, and it's just past his outstretched glove. Linda will field it off the wall, and the throw will come into the cutoff man to third. And now 1 out runner at second. Still got to try to get whatever you can out of Remington here. You have to keep your team in the game. It's still just 3 runs, but their bullpen is depleted. There is no secret to that, as that's out. Though now with adding this day for the starters, potentially Zumar could pitch, who is the starter and reliever. Oh, where's Kitty going? The controller disconnects, and Kitty is in no man's land. Where on earth? Oh my word. Craziness here, and as the defense for the Platypi just has not been there today, and it's been partially the controller's fault, I must point out. And running to home, and he's now caught a rundown, and Remington is going to finally run him down, and there's out number 2. But not great base running. That could have, for him, as it was hit right back to the pitcher, or for the lagging runners, they should be both in scoring position right now. Pickle lasted so long, but it won't matter as Sam Brick fields and steps on first for the 3rd out. Muffin Studwick steps up. He's 2 for 2 and also has a walk. And he'll take a strike, 1-1. And now that's a gapper. Base hit. It's going to be at least 2. Trips Fields. He'll fire in. And Muffin's going for the triple. And the controller disconnects because the controller doesn't like us having a good time. And it's safe at 3rd. Sky Rodriguez will step in now. 2 for 3 with a couple singles. And a chance to get a run in here. A needed comeback run. And there's a ball. The 1-1. Ball high. 2-1. You're right to the 2-2 pitch. And now that is walloped deep into right center field. That ball is out of here. Sky Rodriguez in back-to-back games has gone yard once again. Her 3rd of the year. 7th RBI. It's now a 6-5 ball game. My goodness. Scooter will step up to the plate here. He got an RBI single in his last at-bat after failing to bunt. They decided to hit and run, and it worked to his favor. He weakly hit one to where the shortstop would have been playing, but because of the steal attempt, it was easily a base hit, and now he takes for a strike, and now 2-1, and now that's hit high and deep, but under it is the center fielder, Trips, and there's out number 1. So Linda will step in with 1 out, nobody on, trying to get something going here as there's ball 1 high. Only down a run now. And now that's a high pop-up into right field. And under it is flexed He'll make the grab for out number 2. But Libby Doe is going to be subbed out here. Maximo Primo will come into pitch. Fairly good numbers. He sports a four-seamer, a changeup, and a curve, and he's also the closer. And now that's hit on a line, looping liner, caught by Trips in center, but not before a huge 2-run homer makes this one just a one-run ball game. There's ball 1 outside from Remington. Had a bit of a hard time getting out of last inning, but did so without allowing any runs. So he's back out there to try to save the bullpen for the future. Now 3-2. The 3-2 pitch whacked foul just to the right of the first base bag. The 3-2 top back foul. 3-2 pitch. Oh, caught the corner, strike 3. And Rembrandt was a Rembrandt on that one. Painted the corner for strike 3, and now Slash Trip steps in, and oh, that's a liner. That's gonna be trouble. And Linda fields on a dive off the wall somehow, but it's still gonna be a double, which will bring up Johnny Baggs. And yeah, no choice here. They're actually going to bring in Rufus Zumar, who, because he gets an extra day of rest, is available out of the pen today. And now runner's trying to steal third. The throw is, holy moly, on time, on the money, but called safe. And the Sawteeth must have bribed the third base umpire before the game, as another one is called safe that looked out. As now they're just going to intentionally, oh my goodness, tries to steal, and now he's caught in between the bases, and there's out number 2. My goodness. It looked like they were just trying to intentionally walk Baggs after the stolen base, try to get the whole play, and they tried a squeeze, and it just did not work because of that. And 3-2, strike 3, got him. Oh my word. Crazy turn of events for the Sawteeth. It looked like they were poised to strike for another run, but can't get one across. Oh my goodness. So now Beefcake will step in against Maximo Primo with a chance here to at least tie it. And now that's through for a base hit. Would have been fielded if they were not playing no doubles defense, but because the first baseman was so close to the line, that is a base hit all day long. And now Kitty hasn't been hitting well all day, but she's going to get a bunt down, and it's a good one. Beefcake will advance. Willie Bacon steps up, who's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Needs a single here to get in Beefcake. And oh, he's a little too eager as that's grounded to second. 2 outs. Now anything in the outfield grass will score Beefcake. That's up the middle. Oh, but fielded by Turner. Throw to first, and that's the ball game. Platypi can't quite come back, and they will lose this one. Oh my goodness, what a heartbreaker there. Behind just one error, though many mental errors were made, and many plays that should have been made that weren't called errors should have been made, as Hudson Moyer will suffer his first loss of the year in his first outing, not only of the year, but with the Platypi. He went 5 2/3, gave up 11 hits. Probably should have been less than that due to errors, but 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and a couple of Ks as he suffers his first loss of the year. But Grease Veterano, he'll pick up his first win of the year, striking out 1, walking 1, gave up 3 earned runs and 6 hits through 5 innings. And the save goes to Maximo Primo, who went an inning and a third, gave up just 1 hit, and picked up his 3rd save of the year. Our player of the game, Metalhead Software player of the game, is Sky Rodriguez, who went 3 for 4 with a huge 2-run homer and also scored 2 runs. Muffin Studwick is our number 2 runner-up. He went 3 for 3 with a walk, a triple, and 3 runs scored. And our honorable mention is the Sawteeth player, Johnny Baggs, who went 3 for 5 a triple, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBI. Sorry, 2 stolen bases. Oh, it's been an interesting and dramatic one here at Vihivo Stadium. But we hope you enjoyed this one here at Classic Cookie Sports and the Classic Cookie Gaming channel. And please subscribe so that more baseball can be played and broadcasted on this channel. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.